our Farm Journal report, we talked about the supply chain issues, including still concerns with getting those semiconductors and chips. But is there a solution by bringing some of that production here domestically? That's a question in customer support this week.
Dennis Zahner in Lawrenceville, Illinois, has a question about the new push for semiconductor factories. Recently, we have seen much discussion on the urgency to produce semiconductor chips in this country so that much of our equipment requiring those chips will be more readily available. I have read that one of the most important scientific discoveries of the 20th century is the process of making anhydrous ammonia. Wouldn't it make sense for some effort to encourage more domestic production of NH3? It would appear that this is a product that is just as important as microchips to keep our food supply secure. Thanks for the question, Dennis, and the answer looks pretty hopeful and good news. We're doing both. The 2022 CHIPS Act does exactly what the name says, provides $270 billion for semiconductor manufacturing facilities, like the much publicized huge Ohio Intel plant. The 22 Inflation Reduction Act, which is really a renewable energy act, provides about $370 billion for all kinds of projects that help energy and manufacturing processes reduce carbon emissions. This includes funding for cleaner ammonia plants. Ammonia is a remarkably simple product with a molecule made of one nitrogen atom and 3 hydrogen atoms. The nitrogen is plentiful and free. About 80% of our air is nitrogen, and it's easily isolated. The hydrogen has been just as easy to come by as well. Just knock off a couple of atoms off of methane, CH4, which we call natural gas. The issue has been what happens to the remaining gases, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. New processes have been developed to manufacture ammonia with much lower or no carbon emissions. Blue ammonia uses the traditional process but captures the CO2 byproduct and sequesters it underground. Green ammonia uses a carbon-free hydrogen source like electrolysis of water, passing electric current through H2O, yielding hydrogen and oxygen. Since passage of the IRA, several blue and a few green ammonia plants have been announced. Agriculture uses about 80% of all ammonia, so fertilizer producers are spearheading this. Here is a partial list I could find. I hope this is where we are heading, but the U.S. is now noted for its inability not to get things done on time, on budget, or at all, largely due to regulations and local opposition.
Thanks so much, John. Well, when we caught up with Machinery Pete a year ago, really, when you look at used equipment, demand was skyrocketing. So now a year later, where does used equipment demand and supply set? We're going to catch up with Machinery Pete from right here at National Farm Machinery Show next.
U.S. Farm Report is brought to you by Golden Harvest. Broad adaptability, high yield potential, solid agronomics, great late season health. The foundations of a successful season start with Golden Harvest Game-Changing Corn. Find your hybrid at GameChangingCorn.com.